Hello, I did not realize how hard it is to record yourself on a YouTube video, but hopefully it's helping you guys, and I'm excited to talk about our next tense, present indefinite. So, it's called present simple. However, I find it as an English teacher that I see a lot of mistakes, and this is where I see most of my mistakes. So, even though it's somewhat simple, so you basically take a verb and you just use it. I swim, I run, I jump, I sleep, I eat, I drink, So you need to remember that we can only use this form with I, you, we, and they. So I use run as our verb that we can practice. I run, you run, we run, they run. My friends run. My parents run. Students in school run. But we have to remember that he, she, it, we need to add s. So he runs, she runs, it runs. So we have to remember that s. He, my friend, speaks. My teacher runs. So have to remember that s. But in general, this tense is not too difficult. So if you remember this, this is half of success. Our next half is when do we use this tense. So first, do you remember those verbs that we are not supposed to use in present progressive if you are taking a test? So know, hate, see, hear, forget, understand, like, want, and remember. If you watch the video about present progressive, you remember you really can't say when you start understanding something. There's no beginning and end to this action. Well, kind of. So when you can maybe pinpoint the exact moment you start wanting pizza. Wanting, you cannot say that when you start. So, wanting pizza, I say I want pizza. So that's where our first use, that's when we use those verbs. No, I know, you say I know, you don't say I'm knowing about Canada. So I know about Canada. So the first one is we would say those indefinite verbs. And I'm just going to draw an arrow. So this is the verbs. Then I understand, I want pizza, I like to travel, I hear music, I see a movie, etc. So our second use comes with what? With a routine, with something that we do every day. So let's write every day, sometimes, rarely, seldom, rarely. So usually is a good one. It's basically, here's a good time to talk about what you do every day. For example, every day I get up at 7 a.m. Then I go to school. Then I have classes at noon. I eat my lunch. Then I have more classes. Then I go home. I read, I do my homework, I clean my house, I watch TV, I go to sleep at 8 p.m. It kind of sounds boring, but that's, you can make it more fun. but sometimes, usually, every day, rarely. That's what you talk about, the routine. Remember, when you talk about your friend, my friend gets up, he goes to school, he has classes, he eats lunch, he reads, he watches TV, etc. So we have to remember that. So I will put every day I go to school. Sorry, it's boring, I know. So, and that doesn't literally mean every day, Monday through Friday. So that's what we would put. Every day I go to school. Now the last use of this great and very useful tense is when something is a fact. For example, the moon rotates around the earth. The earth rotates around the sun. So, the earth, capital E, rotates around the sun. Period. Sun is a capital S. So the earth rotates around the sun. So that's a known fact, and so that's where we would use present indefinite. So hopefully this helps. In the next video I'm going to talk about negative and interrogative sentences, and right now please write about what you do every day and use present indefinite.